Welcome to this episode of Cooking Stuff with BA and JC. I'm BA.
And I'm JC.
JC, who's this deranged individual that's standing in between us?
It's Randy Taylor. Welcome, little buddy.
Randy, what are we cooking today?
This is Taylor cornbread. This is a very dear, special recipe that my grandmother made, and I don't know, we carry it on, family tradition. We don't add any sugar, nothing.
Right.
No jiffy.
Well, I have fond memories of homemade cornbread from my childhood, so I'm very eager to try this.
And I like Jiffy.
There's that.
And there's some people. One egg, 1 stick of butter. You got a 1.25 cups of cornmeal, and I think it's around 5 tablespoons of self-rising flour, Martha White. You got to use Martha White. That's what Daddy says.
Okay, and then buttermilk.
And buttermilk, and you'll see, but you kind of pour and mix as you go. You don't want it too runny. You don't want it too thick. So, all right. First thing is we'll cut that on for me, BA. Mm-hmm. We'll stick this butter in here. Put it on like 350. Pour your cornmeal.
How many tablespoons?
It calls for around 5. You see, I mean, it's 2, 3.
The butter's sizzling.
4, 5.
Wait, are we getting a whole tablespoon there, or just like we're just doing a quarter of a tablespoon?
Yeah. You just don't worry about that, son.
5 tablespoons.
All right, you start off.
Okay.
You start off with that. You don't want to try to add it all at one time because you might get it too soupy. I did that the other day, innit?
So why are we using a cast iron skillet here?
That's just a tradition. That's all my family uses, and I don't know too many people that would cook cornbread not in a cast iron.
Mm-hmm. And now that's literally Randy's cast iron that he only cooks this.
Yes.
This is your cornbread cast iron skillet.
Cornbread, you don't cook anything else in it, you will get shot.
Yeah. All right, so looking at that consistency, what are we looking at here? Is that too thick?
Way too thick. Obviously, you can see, but you want to go ahead and mix it all up really good before you add anything else. You don't want any flour clumped up in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got that on 200, by the way.
Yeah, it's all right. I just didn't want it to.
So now what's the consistency looking like?
It is almost. That's there. I mean, that's about basically what you want.
Okay. That looks good.
Maybe a little more than what I wanted, but it'll be okay.
It's a little runnier than
runnier, but it's all right.
So we got the buttermilk first.
Yeah. So when the butter melts, we'll pour 98% of it in here. Leave a little bit of butter in the bottom.
there.
Yep. You put the butter in here, mix it all together, and once you mix it all together, you'll pour it back on here. We always let ours simmer for about a minute and a half on the stove. Kind of helps crisp it up. All right, now it's ready. Okay, now that's about the right temperature.
Okay.
All right, I like to get my sides really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we pour this in here. Okay, BA, don't put it back on there yet.
Don't put it on there?
Not yet.
Okay.
It'll cook the butter and not hurt. You got to mix this butter around really good. This is what makes it right here. That and buttermilk.
And cornmeal.
Mm-hmm.
And cornmeal and egg.
And the flour.
All right.
So now what are we doing? We put it back in we put the batter in the skillet. Now what?
And we'll let it just simmer. You'll see when it'll start bubbling a little bit. Once it does that for about a minute and a half, take it off, put it in the oven We have the oven on right now at 425. You cook it for around 21 minutes. About 19 minutes, you want to go check it and start doing some color. And you want to shake it around, make sure your cornbread doesn't stick.
I'm starting to get some.
All right.
Starting to get some
All
bubbling.
right, that's enough.
This
That's
hot
enough.
plate is awesome.
Yeah, man, that thing right there cooks.
Okay.
All right.
All right, to the oven.
To the oven it is. All right. Let's check it. It's not quite ready. You see it? That's going to be perfect. But we're going to let it cook just a little bit longer. That would be 21 minutes, but this oven is just a hair off. So we're going to put a little color on there and it should be ready to eat. Take that outside. And we're going to dump it outside. Look at there. You see how it's moving around? This joker is ready to eat. And it's shaking around, as you can see. That's what you want. That's what you want it to look like. You definitely cover that emblem up.
That's a beautiful emblem.
Hey, Omaha, baby.
Yeah. Ole Miss at home again.
Woo-hoo! That, my friends, is perfect.
That looks good.
I'm not going to sit here and say.
Can you
it was
touch more of
John's
it?
oven. Sorry. All right, now we're going to cut it. Oh, man. Some people say I don't cut cornbread right, and I tell them to mind their own business because this is the Taylor way.
Oh.
I cut a little pieces for my little kids, but they're not here.
I'll be your little kid.
Okay.
Can I get an allowance?
Sure, buddy.
Cornbread.
As soon as you cut this grass out here,
It's been wet.
excuses. That right there is what cornbread. Feel how soft it is.
With a nice crisp bottom.
Huh?
Here's where you go.
Here we go.
Cornbread. Good cornbread.
I like it. It'll do.
That is going to be part of the Adams family recipe book now.
Yes, that is very good.
Randy, thank you for coming on and sharing your family cornbread recipe. That is really good. If you don't already have a homemade cornbread recipe, you got one now. And if you do, give this one a whirl.
Give it a try.
Yeah, at least give this one a try because it's really good. But thank y'all so much for watching this episode of Cooking Stuff with BA and JC and Randy.
And Randy. Thanks, Randy. I appreciate it. Did you just spit all your food out?
Oh, see y'all next time.
See you next time.
You boys. What's happening?